What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. You know, I said this last year, and hopefully, it's possible it might happen this year, but it's very possible it won't. Is this the year that we get to see the Lakers versus Clippers in a 7-game series? You know, we've been deprived of it for 4 years now, and for 4 seasons now. And, the Battle of LA is really only based upon their regular season, play. And regular season wise, the Clippers have just, drugged the Lakers for the last several years, actually. I mean, this is dating back to when they had Blake Griffin as a superstar on the team. The Clippers were beating the Lakers, I'm not going to say rather easily, but they won a lot of games against the Lakers over the last several years that most people probably wouldn't think that they have won, because the Lakers over the last several years have won multiple or a couple championships. Dating back to about, I'd say, back then, I would say, I mean, they've won at least a championship or 2 since that time, I'll say. And even though they have, the Clippers have been a thorn on their side. And, I don't know if the Clippers will beat them 3 or 4 straight times this season, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because the Clippers have a better team. To me, they have a better superstar in Kawhi Leonard than LeBron James at this stage in LeBron's career. LeBron could put up points and all that stuff, but it's not equating to winning. When Kawhi puts up big points 99% of the time, or should I say, I'll just go 90% of the time. Nobody's perfect. 90% of the time, his team wins when he plays, when he shows up. So when I look at the Lakers last year, LeBron showed up a lot of games, points-wise, put up points all across the board, got rebounds, assists, doing his usual. But it just wasn't good enough, because I don't really think LeBron has an effect on the game the way Kawhi Leonard does now. LeBron had that effect on the game 5 to 7 years ago, but now I think LeBron's effect on the game is more like putting up points, really playing as the number 1 guy in disguise, but really is a number 2 at this point in his career. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people may not look at it that way or really view it that way, but that's really how it is, because he has to play the number 1 role, because Anthony Davis can't stay healthy enough to be what they expect him to be, which is the number 1 guy, and take the keys to the kingdom and bring them home and bring a championship home. So if he can't stay healthy enough to do it, LeBron has to act as a number 1, even though he isn't a number 1 anymore, because he can't put a team on his back the way he used to. And rightfully so. The man has been playing for years. He's been in the NBA since 2003, since I was younger. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, LeBron's been in the NBA a long time, and he's been playing at a high level up until this point at a long time. So you got to give him his flowers. You got to give him his credit for that. The only thing I'm saying is Kawhi is better. And a lot of people won't admit that. A lot of people won't say it. A lot of people won't even utter it around some that they might know personally. But Kawhi is a better player than LeBron James, because he's younger. And on top of that, he still can control both sides of the floor. Now, when he loses that ability to control both sides of the floor, then Kawhi will pretty much be done then. But my point is, he still has that in the arsenal. He still has defense. Even though he doesn't play defense to the highest level that he used to, that's only because he's asked to score 30 points a game now. If he was scoring 18 to 20 points a game as he was in San Antonio, he would have like 5 Defensive Player of the Year awards. He would win it every year probably. But he plays a lot on offense now, and he can score so much more throughout the years. His offense has gotten so much better throughout the years of improvement. Now you have to scale back a little bit on defense, but even still, he's still a top defender in the league to me. When we talk about we need 1 player to go out there and guard somebody and lock them up as best as possible, Kawhi Leonard should be number 1 on everybody's list when it comes to that, because he's the only player that can really give me. If I ask Kawhi to lock somebody up, a superstar up on defense, he can go out there and lock them up for some very good possessions for some possessions. And on the opposite end, he could still give me an efficient 30 on the opposite end. And it's not many players that can do that. I mean, when Kawhi has 30, 35 points, usually he's 14 for 21, 14 for 20 from the field. He shoots efficiently while putting up those points and guarding at a high level on the opposite end. So my thing is, with all that being said, I don't really feel like the Lakers have much for that in regards to a player that affects the game that much, which is the reason why ever since Kawhi has been on the Clippers, I mean, think about it. Ever since Kawhi has been on the Clippers the last 4 seasons, how often has the Lakers beaten the Clippers? It hasn't been much. The Clippers have dominated the matchup easily. I think the Lakers won maybe 2 games out of the last several years, a few years against the Clippers, because the Clippers just really have an overall better team. And honestly, I always believe that Kawhi Leonard is LeBron James' kryptonite. Nobody really wants to say that too much either. Kenny the Jet Smith said it, but nobody wants to follow up on that because everybody wants to look at LeBron as still the king and all these things, and that's fine. But king is not reality. He's not that anymore. He is still a great player. He's all-time great, no doubt about that. But my point is, when he was the king or so-called king, championships were a part of the scenario. But now he can't carry a team like that anymore. Not unless another situation happens where a bubble comes about and they're off. They got a 4-month layoff. Well, if LeBron is off 4 months with his ability and his knowledge of the game, it's going to be hard for anybody to beat him plus Anthony Davis. Because if Anthony Davis has 4 months off and, comes back to play in the bubble or something like that, well, Anthony Davis will play great too. Because if you give any player 4 months off, injuries is not going to be their issue. They should be fully healthy within 4 months. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if that happens again, maybe they could win a championship, but I don't believe they could win one going 82 games and go into a 7-game series to take it from there. And I think if they played the Clippers, I think it would be the same situation that you see in the regular season. I don't think they could beat the Clippers, straight up. I think the Clippers have a better team. I thought the Clippers had a better team really 2-3 seasons ago against the Lakers, because I mean, the first game they ever played against each other, opening night, Kawhi drops the bomb with the, him with the dangling crown and all that stuff, Kawhi Town, and they beat the Lakers. Then they beat them on Christmas with a 15-point deficit comeback win. I mean, really, they had the Lakers number more than what a lot of people are saying and more than what a lot of people put out there. And this is the reason why I said, if there is a chance for us to get that matchup that we all been wanting to see the last 4 seasons, that would be great for us to see that. And, basically on a winner take all type thing, you own LA if you win this series and move on to the next. Because if the Clippers had an opportunity to play the Lakers in a 7-game series, they would be so amped up for that. With all the talent they have, they might actually beat the Lakers in 5 games, 6 games at the most. It might not even go 7 games because, as I said, Kawhi is a better player than LeBron James at this stage in LeBron James' career. And Kawhi has always been LeBron James' kryptonite. And the Clippers, the last couple seasons or the last several seasons, as I said, they've been a kryptonite for the Lakers. And now that the Lakers do got Patrick Beverley, yeah, that may move the needle a little bit, but it doesn't move the needle that much because he can't score like that. He's just a talker, antics, all that BS, and, all talk, no action. He's one of those type guys to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, so with all his talking, all his antics, it could just come back to bite him and his team. Maybe the same way it did the Clippers, because he was doing a lot of talking with the Clippers, and the Clippers, got snake bitten in the bubble prior to all that was being said and how, confident the Clippers were and all the talking that was going around. Kawhi doesn't do no talking, of course. Kawhi just plays his game and, he does the right thing. That's why I respect Kawhi and like him so much, because he doesn't do no talking. You play your game, you go home at the end of the day, you leave everything out on the line on the floor, and you leave it there. And that's what I like about Kawhi Leonard. All the talking is a waste of time. Winning is what it's all about. So my point is, we might get a chance to see this matchup this year. It would be very odd to see it with Patrick Beverley on the opposite side, but it's very possible, to see it, because if the Lakers stay healthy with 2 of their top 75 players being in LeBron and AD throughout the season, if that's possible, they can find themselves in the playoffs. So if that happens, there's a possible chance they might play the Clippers, which that'll be something we all want to see. That'll probably actually be the finals for us. For most people, that'll be the NBA finals right there. I mean, because that's just what everybody wanted to see for the last 4 years, and they've been deprived of it. So let's see if it happens. Let's hope and pray that both teams stay healthy. Let's hope and pray that, both teams stay healthy enough to make it through a season and see, where they go in the playoffs, what the matchups are and who they face, because there is a possibility they might face each other. For the Clippers' sake, if they face the Lakers in a 7-game series this year and knock them off in the playoffs and then go win the championship after that, that would be epic for them to do that. I mean, that would just be. Clippers fans would hold on to that for the rest of their lives. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely, any Clippers fan out there definitely has my, respect if they hold on to that forever, if that happens, because that's something to hold your hat on always. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to see the 7-game series. I've been saying it for a long time now. So hopefully it'll come to fruition, but only time will tell. So let's just see how it all pans out, and really let's see what happens for the sake of both teams. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.